Hey, I'm Dr. Mark Rosenberg, and today I'm going to talk to you about stretching away an injury. Past couple of weeks, I hurt myself, not quite sure how. I'm very active. I was doing a little karate, and I pulled a muscle. Could have been weightlifting. I also bike ride. I do tai chi. I do a lot of activities. And anybody who does a lot of activities should expect injuries. And don't panic. There's ways to fix them, which is why I have this channel. But knowing the anatomy helps, and knowing what to do. A lot of people rest. Some people say, forget it, I'll just run through the pain. And neither really is the smartest thing to do. If you rest, what could happen is if you have two muscles that have been pulled apart a little bit, there's an adhesion, you don't do anything for several weeks, you come back, the adhesion's worse, it'll become scar tissue, and then you really have a problem. Or people push through their pain and wind up really making it worse. So those two are what I call lose-lose propositions. So you got to think. Okay? Every muscle attaches to a bone through a tendon. Ligaments hold bones to bones. Tendons hold muscles to bones. So if you tore a ligament, you're in trouble. But most of the day-to-day repetitive use, new movement, too fast movement injuries aren't on ligaments, they're on tendons. When you stretch, let me back up. When I tell people to stretch, I say, let's say you're going to stretch your hamstring, keep your legs straight. You're not only stretching the length of the muscle, but you're also stretching where the tendon attaches to the bone. If you should stretch with your leg bent, okay, the muscle's slightly contracted, you'll stretch this is exaggerated, you're stretching the bellies of the muscles, you're not getting the tendons. If you want to make sure that your tendons don't get injured, you want to keep your legs straight. I covered that in one of the previous 1,000 videos I have here. 100 videos, whatever. Okay, so let's talk about this. So it's my right medial quadricep, and it's this muscle right here. There are 4 quadricep muscles. The tendon attaches to the front of the hip right here. And what happens is when I move, it hurts. Not a lot. I could see if I pushed it, I could really hurt myself. I could still do all my activities. But I'm going to show you what's going on. So I've got these 4 tendons coming up, attaching to here, and underneath it are the groin muscle tendons that go through here, okay? And between the two, there's a little bit of an issue. Okay, so what do? Watch. First, I get into a mild split. Now, I say mild because if I actually got up in the split, that's one of the positions I'd actually feel it in. Then I gently stretch over the opposite leg. Now, watch this. When I stretch over this opposite leg, I'm rolling the head of what's called the femur, your thigh bone, in the hip socket, which is now taking those tendons, this is the important part, and rolling them around. I'm not assaulting them. I'm not going straight into where the tendon is. I'm asking them to roll. See the difference? So you have your tendons, one's injured, you pull on, it's going to hurt worse. If you ask it to roll, it's going to let go. So what happens is I come forward, and again, this is the injured side. I'm doing the opposite side first. And I'm not going for maximum stretch. I'm not trying to go down. I'm just trying to mobilize it. I feel a lot of stretch back here, but I'm trying to get this to come forward. Then what I do is I switch to the other side. Now, it's interesting. Going down doesn't hurt. That transition of contracting that tendon is where I feel it. So I'm going to go and I'm going to hold it here. Okay? So again, now I'm asking this to pull straight. Yes, you're stretching the back of the leg, but when you come forward, you're pulling the tendons through their range of motion in the front as well. You didn't know that, huh? Okay. Very complex. Now I'm going to come up. No, I'm not doing the arms, or just gently coming into it. Now I come to the center. Now what's real important here is that as I come to the center, I'm not bending down this way, but watch again the movement forward in my legs. I'm not going for, see that little motion there? I'm just asking that tendon to roll a little bit. I'm not going for maximum stretch. I'm just going to hold it. And you can see my muscles are contracted there. I'm trying to hold these while I get the tendons, and which is how you should be doing it anyway. But a lot of these videos, I have my pants on so you can't see. I decided to wear shorts today to show you that. Okay. So this is a little different work than my fixing a pulled muscle video. Okay, that's for more chronic type adhesions. We have to tear things up. We haven't gotten there yet. This just happened to me a week or 2 ago, 10 days ago. Okay, and this is what I started doing, and I'm going to show you. So then from here, I come up, and I return back to the first exercise I did over the left leg. Now my goal is to try and roll it a little bit more. Roll it this way. So I'm asking those tendons. Now, when I'm doing this now, I'm going to take 4 or 5 minutes to show you. When you do it at home, take 10, 15 minutes. This is for educational purposes. Okay. Then from here to the other side again. Okay. Now come back to the center and try and roll again a little bit. And this is where you're going to make your headway and gains here. You're going to take this leg, you're going to bend it in, you're going to pull it, and now you're going to stretch it as much as you can. So now I'm really pulling on it. So what I've done is I'm not trying to increase my flexibility. I'm not trying to get strong. I'm not trying to break a sweat. I'm trying to get these tendons. Okay, so if they're supposed to move like this, okay, and all of a sudden one of them's a little hung up, injury, something, what you're doing is in gentle motions, you're asking it to go back to where it was. So you have to approach all those motions. So there's forward flexion, there's a little bit of rotation. And what will happen is when you get done with your session, you're going to feel, oh my goodness, it's like 90% better. It's pretty cool. And then you can come back and you can do one of those, as you know, one of my standard favorite stretches. By the way, this does, on a routine basis, does a lot of that. You can actually feel the tendons moving as you come forward. That's why people, when they stretch, they go, they're tight. Where does it hurt? Does it hurt here? No, it hurts in there. It's not, it's the tendons where they attach that are short, okay, from sitting all the time and not stretching this way. So interestingly enough, this is a good go-to exercise for daily use to stretch that. But when you get an injury, it may not work because the body's used to doing that as a daily activity. So you got to do the workarounds. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to get the tendons, again, to slide smoothly along each other in different ranges of motion, introducing new, see, from the splits to this, new ways to allow that muscle. If you keep doing the same movements over and over and over, your body it's not just repetitive use injury, your body gets used to that pathway. You want to do things a little differently, especially when you're injured. Okay, and this could keep you from having to go watch the video how to fix a pulled muscle. You actually have to dig in there. So don't ignore your injuries, address them as they come up, and you'll be pleasantly surprised. Also, if you watch my homeopathic video, Arnica, Montana, the homeopathic for muscle soreness and bruising is very helpful here. If there's no nerve involvement, there isn't in this. Heat, warm heat will help, whether it's a hot tub or hot shower, hot bath, Epsom salt bath, etc. All right, so that's today's video, and you can surf around, check the other videos for the other methods for fixing yourself. And of course, as always, there's links to my free book, my If You Look at Your Health in a New Way book, which is $1.99, and my DVD if you want more thorough explanations of what I go over here. All right, thanks for coming by.